Hello and welcome back. In this video today, I thought I would share with you some of my biggest tips for packing for a holiday. Now, I'm going to break this video down into a series and we're going to start off with 3 videos. The first one today is going to be all about the preparation. So it's going to be about the lists, the suitcases, the bags, and everything that you're going to need for packing. Now, in this particular video, I do have an allowance for a big suitcase and my carry-on hand luggage as well. But myself and my husband travel quite differently when it comes to hand luggage. So I'm going to show you the 2 options that we both do. So this video today is going to be all about what you need before you even start packing. The next video in this series is going to be all around your clothing and building a capsule wardrobe so you can take less with you, but you can mix and match. And this is going to take a little bit more planning. And I'm going to show you how I do this very, very simply and easily, and it makes it so easy to unpack at the other end. And my third video is going to be all about the hand luggage and everything that you carry with you, all your tech, your medications, you might have your reading glasses, your sunglasses, the liquids that you might want to carry with you. So do keep your eye out for those next 2 videos following very, very soon. So if you're new here, hi, hello, my name's Lisa. I like to vlog about weight loss, lifestyle, and also holidays and trips home and abroad. So what a better way to kick off this series than with a video about packing? I know packing is probably, well, it is for me, the worst part of the preparation. I don't really enjoy the packing, but I found that over time, the more prepared I am, the easier it gets. So let's get sharing everything you need to know before you get packing. Now, the first thing for me is I do print off a list, and I keep this list in my notes on my phone. And I find sometimes that when I'm on holiday and I've forgotten something, it's easier then for me to go into my phone and just to add it into my notes section. And then come the next holiday, I just print it off, which is exactly what I have just done for this holiday. So my packing lists are printed off and I'm pretty much good to go with that. So what else do I need to make sure before I start packing anything? Well, obviously I need a suitcase. So for this particular trip, we do have 2 suitcases that are going in the hold. So these suitcases we bought from Trip quite a considerably number of years ago, and we got them from Cheshire Oaks Outlet Village. So they weren't full price, but you can still get these, I think, on Amazon. If I can find them, I'll link them in the description below for you. They are really, really good suitcases and they are quite light. So the big first suitcase that I'm going to show you is called the medium suitcase, and this probably holds around 19-20 kilos. Now, this big suitcase does actually weigh about 3 kilos. It is quite lightweight and it's got pockets at the front. It's got plenty of room inside, and also it's got like expanding sort of bits on it so the suitcases can go bigger or smaller. I'm a big fan of the whole ribbon thing that goes on the top. Now, this suitcase took a bashing probably about 1.5 years ago. Can't remember where we came back from, but it is like canvasy, this suitcase, and it ended up with a big rip in. And these are patches that you stick on trousers and you kind of iron it on. So I was very, very careful when I ironed these on, but I couldn't travel with a great big gaping hole in my suitcase. So when I came back, I said to Jed, I think I'm going to try and mend it because they're still great suitcases. So yeah, there's 2 little stickers that I think I bought the patch repair kit from Dunelm. And yeah, I kind of had this extra thing that you put over it and you iron them all on, and we did it. And do you know what? To be honest, it saved it. However, I can't help look at it now and think it's a bit ugly. So earlier this year, I decided to buy some suitcase covers. Let me show you. Now, when we were traveling, I've started to notice that some people have got the same suitcase as us. So that's why I always put the ribbons on. But I noticed these covers on Amazon. So I thought when we were traveling to Asia and on the cruise, I thought if I got something that was a little bit easier to spot, then, it would make it easier sort of seeing them coming around the carousel. Now, I'll be honest, these were not very expensive. I'm going to have to look back on my Amazon to see how much they are, and I'll pop the price in here for you. I couldn't believe the first time when we got these back how bashed and filthy these ended up being. Now, every time we come back, I do wash them, but you can see, if I just show you, they get really, really hammered, and yeah, definitely worth investing in some suitcase covers, and they stretch over. I'll pop a little picture in for you so you can see what they look like. So if you have spent a lot of money on suitcases and you don't want them getting bashed and damaged, or especially if you're worrying about them bursting open, I would highly recommend these. They're less than a tenner, and yeah, they've really made a difference for us for when we're traveling, to kind of notice our suitcases come off the carousel. So start with your suitcase. I know this one takes up to about 22 kilos if it's really full, but normally about 18 to 20 is comfortably its limit. Now, when we pack, we're not the kind of people who, you know, sort of put it all evenly in between two suitcases. It is just a bit of, you know, roulette. Whatever goes in each case just goes in, and that's that basically. So the next thing is hand luggage that you take on the plane. Now, I really struggle carrying the cases up and down stairs, and I think sometimes when you find you've got cheaper flights, you can be going out onto the runway. I've had it where it's lashing down with rain, and I feel really, really nervous about carrying those cases up and down on the, on the stairs. So I really prefer to have my suitcase gone in the hold. All my toiletries kind of pretty much are all in there, and I don't have to worry about carrying anything in a bag. However, sometimes if we're just popping over and staying with our friend, I know I've got a lot of toiletries kept at her house and a few bits and bobs. So sometimes if we're just going for what I like to call a quick week, where we haven't got a lot planned and we don't need loads, then we would carry hand luggage, and that again would change it. But for this particular trip, we both travel differently. Jed has a pull along case, and we have a bag that fits on top of that, and then we have two headrests, and they clip onto either side of the bag. So this is the little small case that Jed takes. This weighs about 2 kilos. Again, it's another trip one. They're really good. They've got expandable sides. You can lock them. Loads of room in the front for pouches, and it's on 4 casters, so it makes it really good for wheeling through the airport. Now, sitting on that is this little hand luggagey bag, and as you can see, I've got the 2 neck pillows on the side. So when it's zipped up, one goes in there like that, another one goes in there like that, and then that goes on there, and that is his case that he pulls through like that. So Jed's a little bit of a cheat. He does take another bag. He normally has a jacket on, and he keeps this inside, and he keeps this for things like just a few little medications that he might need while we're flying, and it's got our passports in it as well, and probably got hearing aid batteries, a pen, and yeah, it's got all sorts of different bits and bobs in. But for him, he just likes to keep that one on him, because we have had occasions where if he takes it off and puts it down, we're normally running back somewhere going, where have you put your bag? So he's just getting used to carrying this little man bag with him at the moment, but he quite likes it, and he's getting used to it, so he does have that one. And he takes that with him. He's absolutely fine carrying that up and down stairs. He's not got a problem. But for me, the carrying things with my hands, I like to hold on to handrails, and going up and down just makes me nervous if my hands aren't free. So that is him, and that is what he carries. And I've got a picture actually from when we travelled back from Turkey earlier this year, and I have 2 things. I have this rucksack which carries my medications, quite a lot of my tech, my computer, and that goes on my back. That. And then I have this very small one. This was from Amazon, and you know what? It's so soft, and I absolutely love it. I'm thinking of getting a black one. It's got loads of pockets and pouches in it. It's really, really handy for things like, you know, your purse and lip glosses and just a few bits and bobs. So that is my rucksack on my back, and on my front is my little small pouch. Gives me my hands free to go up and down stairs as I wish. Now, my lovelies, let me talk about one of my favourite things that I've only really been using probably the last 12 months, and that is packing cubes. I absolutely love them. They're brilliant. First time I started using packing cubes, he was having a bit of a moan about them. Didn't really like the idea of them, didn't think you could get as much in the suitcase. But the good thing with these is you can put your stuff in, and it's got some extra zips that you can pull around, and it compresses it and keeps it tighter. So the thing that I love the most about these, and I've got loads of these, I'm just showing you two different sizes here. So for example, in one I have all my swimwear, my flip-flops, and when I unpack, I know that everything I need to choose from for going to the beach or the pool is going to be in this one bag. I take it out of my case and it goes straight into the wardrobe, and it stays in the wardrobe the whole time. But I'm not giving you all my packing cube secrets in this video. You're going to have to wait till the next one. So I do have a variety of packing cubes, different colours, different shapes and sizes, but I absolutely love them, and they make packing so much easier, especially when you come back and you can see maybe what you haven't used and you just keep that for next time. So keep tuned for part 2 when I'll be showing you my packing cubes, what I'm putting in them, and how to maximise them for the best space basically. So keep tuned for part 2 video. I'm going to be talking more about packing cubes and how you can make the most of building a capsule wardrobe and using these packing cubes to help you as well. Now, the other thing is a weighing scale. This is a really old one, but it does the job. We take it away with us as well. And you can get some new lightweight ones from Amazon or various places. They're a couple of quid, they're not very expensive. But this just takes away the worry of, am I overweight, or, you know, how heavy your suitcases are. So like I say, we've had this for years and years and years, and we use it pretty much all the time. Now, depending whether or not you have a big suitcase or you're just taking hand luggage will depend on how much liquids you can take with you. This is a really good bag. Again, it was off Amazon. I think it was around £5 something for 2. And yeah, this fits loads in. They're really, really good. It's got airport approved on it. And if I need to put stuff in hand luggage, then I tend to use this one in particular. But I also do have an array of clear plastic bags, especially for things that are going in the suitcase, because I really worry about things leaking, especially hair products, suntan lotions, anything liquid really. Nobody wants to get there on the holiday, open the suitcase, and you found that something has leaked all over your lovely clean clothes, and then what you're going to do. So I do have loads of these ready to just pop some things in so they don't leak. I also have a couple of different bags that I keep the tech in. So for example, when we're traveling in the hand luggage, I always keep the tech in this bag because it's easy to then, when we're unpacking everything out of the case, if you have to unpack your hand luggage to go through all the scanners, we know all the tech's in there. Then I also keep a juice pack in here and some cables and some just sort of emergency things. So if the phone is losing power, then I know I just have to go into this one. I've got a juice pack, cables for both phones, and I usually keep my earpods in here as well. So I have some different shaped bags for different things. Now I must say, I love Primark for some holiday travel essentials. I've got quite a few different bags, and this one is a laundry bag that you can open up and keep all your laundry in there while you're away on holiday. Sometimes we just take a carrier bag and, you know, that will do, so we kind of know that's where all the dirty laundry's going. This was also from Primark last year, and this has my shampoo, conditioner. I've got purple shampoo in it. Well, in fact, I've got one shampoo, 2 conditioner and a purple shampoo. But you can buy lots of little tubs like this from places like Costco, Tesco, and, you know, even our friend Amazon. And, you know, you can put different bits and bobs in. So for example, Jed has quite a big tub of hair gel, but we just decant it into like a little small tub for him. So we do have lots and lots of little pots and tubs like these for putting product in. Now, don't forget to drop me a comment and let me know, do you have a holiday planned? Where are you going? Is it sunny? Is it cold? Are you on a city break? Are you going away in this country? Or are you getting on a plane or a cruise, a train? Where on earth are you going? Where are you going? Let me know if you love packing, if this is part of the holiday for you, because for me, I don't feel like it is. I just feel like whatever's easiest, we're doing that. So don't forget to drop me a comment and make sure you give me a thumbs up if you're loving this kind of content. Now, we all need a good beach bag, don't we? And this pretty much fits everything in for us. The thing that I like about it is it's made out of denim. So when we get back, it just goes in the wash with everything else. And it's good to go for the next holiday. So we can fit a couple of towels in there, our sun creams, a book, a few other bits and bobs. But yeah, we have that good to go, ready for the old sunny sunbathing on the beach or by the pool. Some things never get unpacked, I'll be honest with you. So that in there is everything I need to do to blow my hair, basically. There is mousse if I'm going to have it curly. There is some serums and there is even a bit of dry shampoo in there, I think, as well, for emergencies if I don't have time to wash it. Some hairspray, some extra bobbles. So I do tend to keep things packed away like that in a drawer. So when I'm repacking, then I don't need to think, what do I need to get for my hair? I know everything's in there, and that's just going to save me a little bit of time. But keep tuned in the next video, because I'm going to be talking about all the toiletries that I pack and take away with us. Now, another thing that we carry in our hand luggage is all our medications. And again, I keep it in a different colour because I just think it's easier to spot. So for example, if Jed goes, have you got any paracetamol? I can go, it's in the pink bag. If he says, do you have a charger? I know it's going to be in the small gold bag. If he needs some different tech, it's going to be in the blue one. So over time, we've tended to have a little bit of repetition for what we keep in all the bags. This one tends to be things like plasters, paracetamol, ibuprofen, and our medications will go in here as well. So there's a little bit of room left in that one. Now, the third video in this series is going to be about what you take in your hand luggage. And one of those is obviously going to be your medications. If you've been following my journey for a while, you'll know I take a weight loss injection called Manjaro. Now, if you're not familiar or you haven't traveled with it before, if you haven't opened your pen, then you need to keep it cool and in a fridge. That makes it tricky if you're traveling. So I do have this. It's like a little ice pack compartment. So the day or so before, I'm going to put those in the freezer. I've got a couple of needles. Well, I've got one there. I always take an extra needle or two on holiday with me, just in case there's a problem and anything gets damaged or something goes wrong. And then I also put in there, oh, just dropped that. I cut off the front of the packet of the Manjaro box and I popped that in, and also put the instructions in there just for anyone who is going to query it. I've never ever been stopped. Nobody's ever asked me for my prescription. They've never opened this and they've never looked. But yeah, that is something that I keep with me. But keep an eye out for the third video, because I will go a little bit more into detail with this. Now, if your pen has been opened, then you don't need to store it in one of these apparently. However, I still do, and I keep it in this cool pack and I put it in the fridge wherever I go. But check with your provider what they tell you to do and go with that. That is just what I do. And I do have a sharps bin, which I've put somewhere, a little mini travel one, and I'm not sure where it is, but I'll pop a little picture in there so you can see what that looks like as well. Now, if you're going on a cruise or you're staying in a hotel, most places will have sharps bins where you can get rid of your pens and you can get rid of your needles. But you know, if you're going and staying somewhere self-catering, then they might not have that. I'm not sure with this hotel, so I will check that out when I get there. So don't forget your packing lists. Make sure you know your allowances for all your bags, your weights, your sizes, how many you're entitled to. So that is it for this video of packing like a pro. So I hope you will join me in the next video, where we're going to be talking about packing cubes and everything that's going to be going into your suitcases and helping you build a capsule wardrobe, so you can feel confident that things are going to mix and match and you don't have to pack everything to take. All you need to do really is have a little bit of planning and preparation. And don't forget, the third video is going to be all about your hand luggage, what you're going to be taking in your hand luggage, packing those essential items and your medications, your tickets and everything like that. So thank you very much. I hope you found this video helpful. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also if you like this kind of content, make sure that you subscribe, because there's going to be lots of Lanzarote content coming very soon. Don't forget to drop me a comment and let me know where you're going on your next holiday. Do you have something planned? Do you pack like a pro? Is it something you struggle with, or do you hate packing like me? I think for me, it's just a case of trying to be organised to take that pain away from packing, because I feel when I do it all at the last minute, I just feel like my head's gonna pop off and just can't cope with doing it all at the last minute. I hate it, but I normally end up doing it all at the last minute. However, because of all my lists and all my sort of and all my experience, it doesn't take me long to pack. So yeah. So thank you very much for joining me on this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care, speak to you soon. Bye.